Right, as we get ready for the game here against Oregon State here in our house. This game, I think we can win this game. This game we should win this game. That's how I'll put it. We should win this game. I think we will, but you never know. But right now things are probably going to change here. I'm probably not going to go to run up the score as much. I'm going to aim to run the ball at the end of games, let the clock run out. But the big thing today is I have to get 2 sacks with a linebacker. Probably won't happen. Get 4 swat passes, maybe. Have 2 picks, maybe. We can do that. The new Solomon still listed as one of our top 3 players and still a backup. That's gotta suck, being a top 3 player and being a backup. But now the question is, can we beat this Oregon State team? Right here, I think we can. I think we'll beat Oregon State. I don't think Oregon State matches up that well. They match up to us, but not as good enough to win the game. I think we'll walk out of here with another win under our belts. And Elvria crosses that line, and I'm pretty sure Mike Rogers is starting this game. If you remember last video, he won the challenge of who would be the starting running back. He won the starting position. And right now, let's see, what can we get here? Oh, not great coverage, but Elvria, almost a pick on the first pass. That's not good. Not what I wanted to see on the first pass from Derek Reynolds. I probably should have ran that instead of throwing it. Oh well, learn from your mistakes. Oh, but that one's another one of those ones I probably shouldn't have thrown, but we get an 11-yard reception from it. So I'm going to try and act like that was one of them I should have thrown. I am definitely off my game today on when I should throw the ball and when I shouldn't. But oh well, I'll keep throwing the ball though. But Derek Reynolds just trucks him, and then if Derek Reynolds would have been able to keep going, he would have been off. That would have been touchdown city. But you know what? We're gonna try the triple option pass here. A play that we haven't run a lot this year. I just want to see what happens when we run it, if we can actually get something from it. And yes, we can actually get something with James Bailey right there. I could have thrown that to Trey Griffey too. I always look across the middle on that play. That's one of those plays you always look across the middle on. You never look anywhere except for across the middle, because that's where everybody's always open at. And Trey Griffey, we get it in that tight little gap there, and Trey Griffey gets the 18-yard reception. Didn't do a lot in the last game, mainly because our whole passing offense got shut down by, I think it was UCL. I forget who. It was Iowa. Yeah, Iowa pretty much shut down our passing game. We didn't get a lot going through the air. We did a lot of our damage on the ground. And why is Derek Reynolds on the ground with the ball? He didn't catch the ball. That was Mike Rogers. He was still actually fighting for a starting position. If he starts playing bad, and he starts not being able to truck people, run people over, and gets caught a lot, he won't start. He will be back to the bench, and Cormier will be back in. And right as you see, he doesn't have the stamina though to have 2 or 3 big runs, and that's why I'm starting to work up some depth with guys like Justin Rhodes and them coming in. They're not here just to sit the bench until they're senior. They're here so they can be that backup to him. Because Cormier, although Cormier is young, he will be a senior. Elvria, he's the new James Bailey, dropping touchdowns. Gosh, I swear, I'm always going to have one of those, aren't I? One of those guys that drops the ball in the end zone. James Bailey is still somewhat that guy. He just doesn't drop it as much. Right here, now we got him to a 3rd and 18. We're going to drop back cover 2. We got Romero coming up. Romero actually, I feel like he's one of those unsung heroes in this series. He was one of the recruits that wasn't a heavy recruit, hardly recruited. We picked him up easily. If he gets redshirted that first, if we have a better red outside linebacker than him, and I redshirt him, he ends up being an amazing player his senior year. Instead, he'll be good his senior year, but instead I feel like he'll be more of an average player, probably won't be able to go pro. But if I redshirt him, he's definitely going pro on my Madden 25 connected franchise. He's going pro and he's going to be a good, great player. Probably even one of my players. But instead, now if he does go pro, he'll be a 6th, 7th round pick just because we didn't have the depth to give him that red shirt. Which, if you think about it, really sucks for him. Because he could be at the next level. He still probably will. It's just he won't be listed as good as a player because of his senior year overall. He won't be drafted as high. He won't. Nothing he does will be as good as it would have been. Well, he still probably will end up being about as good as he would have been. It's just he won't be drafted as high, and it'll take him more time to progress. But let's see what happens here. Let's read him. And they don't expect Rodgers to get in. That would have been probably a 2-3 yard loss if Rodgers doesn't just truck that kid. And that's the reason Rodgers is starting. He might not have the prettiest stats, but this year he has taught some kids a lesson or two. And it gives me that element of having that running back that can fill in what Kadeem Carey kind of did. A year after we lose somebody like Kadeem Carey, you need a running back to come in after him that can do the stuff Kadeem did. And what Kadeem did was truck players and put them in their place. And I don't know why I didn't lateral that one there. I should have lateraled that one, and I'll admit it. That was a clear lateral. Let Cormier take that one in for a few more. Let him take it into the touchdown, but Mike Rodgers gets the touchdown. And that puts us up 13-0. Right, let's see. Can we go 14? 14-0 will be the score at the end of the first half. No, first quarter. Right here, they are once again on a third and... Now this time on a 3rd and 7. We have Romero on a spy right here. And yeah, we'll let him pass the ball for 4 yards, but as long as it's not first down, that's good. And now we're back to the offensive side of the ball. And once again, this game has not gone how Oregon State wanted it to, probably. I'm shocked that they actually, after the really good year they had that one year, that they didn't keep that up. I thought that they would have gotten a decent recruiting class or something from that, and then kept up. But they've done good enough to where every year they've at least once been somewhat looked at as a top 25 school, I think. That was a very bad run on my part right there with Mike Rodgers. And now, as you guys see, it's 14-0. Crowd's not really into it. Crowd doesn't care. They want to go home. But we don't. Elvira gets a great catch, and Elvira breaks a few tackles, and he gets a 22-yard reception. That doesn't even get the crowd fired up. They're starting to really notice that this is going to be a blowout game. Well, if you looked at how we've done in our past few games, you should know that we've been blowing like everybody we've played out. But Pierre Cormier gets a great catch right there as he leaks out. And Derek Reynolds, he's looking a lot like... Okay, I'm starting to kind of feel like I might not change. I'm still going to throw the ball a decent amount, but I'm not going to purposely just go to round the score. And Derek Reynolds is off. And he's going to slide. And he's going to slide right into one of their players, but... oh well. He's going to be fine. It doesn't hurt people in this game like it would in real life. In real life, that would hurt like crazy. I can promise you that. And Garrett Newell gets the 5-yard touchdown right there. That's going to put the nail that almost has to put the nail in the morale coffin. Just the idea of, hey, we still can win this. That's to put the nail in that coffin. So it makes you wonder what it does to the actual game. Well, let's see how deep Riggleman can get him. Let's see, come on, Riggleman, get a good kick. And Riggleman gets a really good kick there. And actually, after this week, I'm expecting to have 2 more commits. I expect there to be 2 more people committing here, and that means 2 more recruits that I will be going for then. So, yeah, I have quite a few guys that I think will be coming here. In this recruiting class, it will by far be one of the better ones that you will see in this series. And Onswasser gets Chris Brown. Yep, that's their running back's name, is Chris Brown. I don't know if they have a guy in real life named Chris Brown or not, or if that was just a recruit. If it was a recruit, my question is, you think EA would have just done something in the making of the game to make it to where nobody comes in with the name Chris Brown? If he's a recruit, well, I'm going to say this, don't take this offensively. He's listed as one of their impact players. And he's a starter at least his 2nd year. How did I miss him? How and why? I thought I would have seen him somewhere, so I assume he's a generated name. Probably a senior or junior. Oh my gosh, now they're just trying to burn off clock so we can't put another score up. So yeah, guys, everybody drop back. And now with everybody dropping back, they're going to pick us apart. And oh no! 2 of our guys take each other out, and then Onswasser just trills Ryan Nelson. Oh, but man, that was bad defense right there. Terrible. Yeah, they're not going to run the ball here, are they? I don't think they will. Yeah, they're not going to run the ball. This is clear pass. Burton gets off the edge. And Gordon just gets Smith now. Now the question is, can we get a pick so we can keep a shutout alive? I mean, I really want to get a shutout today because that would just be a statement to how much better this defense is. And how much better our cornerbacks are, because we've always been good at stopping the run. But our weakness has always been getting beat through the air at least once again. Oh, Babish! Babish just destroys that kid. That kid went airborne as Babish laid the wood on him. And Babish tried to hit him and hit that. I think that was the same kid. Babish was on his way to hit him, hoping that he would drop the ball. That would have been awesome if he would have dropped it. But now the question is, did he catch it and bounce? Babish might just have a chance to redeem himself. Yeah, that's inbounds. And Babish, I don't think he understands how much it would have meant if he could have gotten there a little bit earlier. Yeah, big shocker. It stands. It's a touchdown. Oregon State now. Now the question is, how does Oregon State, are they in the game now? Is this still one heck of a game? But my problem is how little the crowd's getting into it. For crying out loud, do you think this game's like 56-0 right now? They're more alive when that's happening. When it's a complete blowout, they're more alive than they are right now. And this is still somewhat a game. But Elvria has something to say about that. Elvria just lines us up perfectly to be able to get another touchdown. Now it's all in Derek Reynolds' hands. How does Derek Reynolds handle a 17-yard field? He handled a field a little bit longer than this. Great in the national championship. And that was a year ago. And yep, he can handle it. James Bailey gets the touchdown that now makes Derek Reynolds that puts Derek Reynolds at 3 touchdown passes in the first half. This is perfect. This is exactly what you want in a game. And oh wow, we take out our own kicker, and that did not look good. Being a soccer player, I can tell you right now, when you get hit like that, it doesn't feel the world's best. kind of hurts. But with all the padding, I mean, it probably doesn't hurt as bad with the padding. Because it looked like he fell right where I think a pad would be. It was right on the thigh. Yeah, there would be a pad there. Yep, they're going to run the ball. Knew it. Knew that they were going to run the ball, and Capers gets over there and puts it into that play. Oh, I should probably... Okay. They're going to call a timeout, which means they're probably going to pass here, but I don't feel safe yet. I'm still going to say they're going to run the ball to the right because I get the weird feeling. Nailed it. Now I'm calling a timeout. I want to see if maybe we can pull something off. Actually, I'm still going to bring a blitz. They're still going to run the ball to the left. Called it. Yeah, I'm going to call some timeouts here. I want to see if we can get something going. If we can get maybe a touchdown on one last play. I want to see what we can do. They called a timeout. I'm going to call a few. Oh, I thought that I was hoping that he would signal and he would catch the ball with 1 second left. Instead, he catches it as time runs out, and now we are going into halftime. And guess whose guy got beat deep? Take a guess. Just guess one. I'll admit, I thought they were gonna run the ball here, so I went with a run, and Babish got beat early, and it was off to the races then. So now, it's now a 14-point game. And it's quite a game right now. Thank you, Babish. You always know how to provide entertainment, don't you? I swear, that guy, he's allowed more deep passes. He's allowed the most deep passes against us any cornerback has. In 2 years of him being a starter, he has allowed probably 4 or 5 deep passes. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but as a team we've allowed maybe 6 or 7 deep passes. So yeah, out of context, it doesn't sound like a lot. But when you put it in context, it is a lot. Compared to everybody else on this team, it is an extreme amount. And right there is why I like Mike Rogers, in case you're wondering why he's starting. That's why. Because he can truck guys like that and then break another tackle. And keep going. He got selected. There's a reason he's a starter, don't worry. He's good. And just think about this. He's a freshman. Think about him next year along with Cormier and Rhodes. Those two are going to be... That's going to be... Thank you, Mike Rogers. That was his fault right there. That's the only problem, is he gets bad positioning every once in a while. And when he does, it kills you. It kills momentum, the bad positioning and stuff. That is the world's biggest momentum killer, is getting sacked by your own player. But yeah, if you also notice, still the crowd is still dead quiet. I mean, for how many people it looks like are here, it seems like half the people that it looks like are here are actually here. It seems like the rest of them are just zombies, sitting there looking for some brains to eat. I mean, come on. I hope it gets louder eventually. But right here, Trey Griffey actually doing really good, and so is Derek Reynolds. He's still keeping that Heisman race alive, his Heisman hopes alive. And that is very big for him. He really wants to win the Heisman this year. And I mean, you can't blame him. Last year he was third and he was a freshman. This year as a sophomore, you gotta imagine being a sophomore and being able to win the Heisman is big. Especially after a lot of people feel you should have won it your freshman year. I mean, he was definitely the best freshman last year. And this year, his goal is to prove, yeah, I'm one of the best players in the nation. And honestly, he's done it. Last year, he proved he was one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the nation. This year, he's trying to prove he's one of the top 5, if not the best. And it's very, very hard to do that when it's very hard to do stuff like that, prove that you are the best with the stats that he has. Not that his stats are bad. I'm not saying his stats are bad. It's just he has so many rushing stats that people can just argue you're not a great quarterback. You're a great running back. Because to be honest, he has the numbers of a running back. He's one of the top rushers in the nation, but he's also one of the top throwers in the nation. Last year he wasn't in the top. He was in the top 100 for passing, but still a great quarterback because he could run the ball and everything. One of the great multi-dimensional quarterbacks. This year he's trying to prove that was my freshman year and I looked pretty good my freshman year. Now look at me my sophomore year and tell me what you like. And what I like is the way that he is a great all-around player. That's my favorite thing about him. If you ask me right now, tell me 3 things that I like about him. His all-around play. Can somebody tackle him? Thank you. Gosh, guys, we cannot tackle with crap. He broke like 3 or 4 tackles on one play. Yeah, Oregon State they're definitely a good team. I can tell you that right now. They've lost 1 game. They're 3-1 right now. But their only problem is they're also facing a great defense. We are one of the top defenses in the nation. I feel, at least. I haven't looked at our stats compared to other people, but we are definitely the best rush defense in the nation. Maybe not top 4 pass, but definitely top run. There's no way we're not the top run defense. You would literally have to stop people for negative yards almost every single play to do much better than we are. And Albert Smith tries and get the pick. Oh man, that would have been awesome. Because, well, I'm happy. I'm happy with how we did, but man, we shouldn't be lining up for a field goal right now. We should be lining up for a kick return. Whereas we could possibly have our first 3-and-out of the day, which would suck a lot because we have not gone 3-and-out at all today. Today has been our day. And Richards is not going to let us go 3-and-out, as we are now down inside the red zone with 22 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. This game, it's over. If we score here, it's officially over, but I feel it's been over for quite some time. I'm still going to go with a pass play, though, because I want to score fast, and I don't take this the wrong way, but I want to put him out of the game as quick as I can. Because I've been on the other end of this. It's not fun sitting there waiting for the game to end. Or it's not fun to sit there and watch them just go slowly and pick away. Because as they go slow and pick away, you're sitting there jumping at the bit to get back out there. You're like, come on. Well, not to get back out there. Well, if you're offense, you want to get it back out there. But you're sitting there kind of like, okay, come on. Do something. Don't run the clock. I will admit, at times, you do want to see him run the clock. But when it's a game like this, and you know they're going to score, what you want as a coach is you want to see him score points as quick as... You want to see him score points somewhat quick so your offense can get back out there, burn some time, put points up there, and then put your defense back out there. That's what you're hoping for. You're not hoping to sit there and watch him slowly eat away time and give your offense about like a minute or 2 to work with. And I'm an idiot. You want to know why? I just gave them a touchdown. I lateraled the ball when I shouldn't have. And about 100 yards later, this is the result. A touchdown. This is why you always gotta watch when you lateral the ball. Because if you don't, you lateral the ball into a defender's hands, which is literally what I did. It was a great pass. Yeah, it was Derek Reynolds who lateraled the ball. Because I know some of you guys were wondering, probably thinking, oh, I knew Solomon wouldn't have done that. I did it. I hit LB when I shouldn't have. like as I hit the button, I just sat there and kind of shook my head like, what did I just do? I just put them in the game. Cormier! Cormier! Jukes the crap out of that kid! That kid just got destroyed. I feel so bad for him. I mean, that was perfect. Hit Cormier right in the hands. Boop! And the way he was holding the ball, if the kid would have hit him, he probably would have fumbled it. Instead, now it's a touchdown. And Palmer gets hit again. Oh my gosh. We gotta work on our special teams defense. Because we can't be getting hit every single play. Right here is thanks to another sack by Burton. Something I would like to say though is Burton, he's a great player in this game. But the only problem I have with him is what's going to happen when we have a tight game. He always has great games. If you look at his stats, he's a great player. But he doesn't always get a lot of sacks. He has games where he breaks out in the fourth quarter. And those games are the games where that's why he has the stats that he does. It's not because he does an amazing job the whole game, it's because he has one or two good quarters. Thing is, how's he going to play in like a national championship game? Because right now, that's where we're projected to go. We're projected to have a national championship game. But, like I said, how well can we play if we do get to a national championship game? How well can Burton do? How well can the rest of this defense do? Albert Smith cannot drop 2 picks in a game, because that's what he did. Today he dropped 2 picks. 2 clear picks. Went right through his hands. We can't have that. But we could handle it today, so we'll worry about that. We'll worry about when we can and when we can't, and how we'll play when we can't, when we get to that. But like I said, we're not there yet, so there's no point in starting to prepare and start to get really worried and worked up about something that we haven't even had happen yet. But if we have this continue to happen, if we have 2 more games where we have cornerbacks dropping picks, I'm going to try and find a way to fix the problem. Because let's be honest, it is a problem. You can't say it's not a problem, it's just a phase or something. No, it's not. It's a problem. And as we're getting towards the last 6 seconds, we're going to try and get one more play off to end the game with. And that was a broken play. And we still get 2 yards off of it. I held down A the whole time, and the ball just stayed there. Well, everybody else moved. The play didn't work, but everything else worked.